But the Spirit of God was also moving in the Dominican Republic. 32 acres of land was located within 1 kilometer of Caballona. While it usually takes weeks to locate a landowner, he was found the first day. He was a Christian and was thrilled to lease his land for the project. Water was even discovered only 30 feet beneath the surface of the ground. Then, a Nazarene campground situated near the proposed work site was immediately available to the students and staff who would spend 3 weeks working on the construction. During April, May, and June of 1980, villagers dug a large fish pond for protein production and helped prepare the land for the arrival of the work team. The excitement mounted as the 1st of July approached. For some of the students, it was the first trip outside the continental United States. Everyone was in for a bit of culture shock.
Is it different than you expected it to be?
No, not really. It's a lot of work, but we expected that, so.
Is it harder work than you expected?
Sometimes, like digging ditches.
How have you found the people to be down here?
Really friendly, a lot more than America, I think. When they don't know you, they just smile and want to talk to you, even though they don't know you.
There are an awful lot of dark faces behind you, and you're about to move right into the middle of all of them. Any anxieties before you do?
Naturally there is a little bit, but there isn't too much. I'm relatively content with coming down here. I'll be living with another volunteer up in the house, and the main project will be to teach the people how to grow their own food and sanitation, things like that, just basically to improve their lifestyle.
Dawn comes early in the Dominican Republic. The roosters from nearby chicken farms never failed to rouse the groggy crew at 5:30 each morning. But the group of volunteers always began each day with the Word of God in preparation for the day's work ahead. Then it came time for breakfast. While it seldom was the type of meal experienced back home, it was nutritionally balanced and provided a time of cheery talk with the rest of the group.
Oh, that definitely looks good. I can tell your name. Come on, man. Go on, Wilkie. Yeah. Keep on going. Wilkie! Want to come up, Brett?
During the 3 weeks, a transformation took place on the 32 acres. A water cistern was installed.
Was it plugged up?
A house with a poured concrete roof for volunteer staff and community center for meetings was both started and completed from hand-dug foundations.
Hey, Vicky! Vicky!
Teams of students had personal cross-cultural exposure with the Dominican Haitian culture. They were actively involved in ministering to the needs of the sick.
I was surprised because most people have headaches, dolor and cabeza and stomach aches and stuff, but, nothing that we can really do all that much because it's all malnutrition. But, it's a really neat experience.
The poverty conditions, were they anywhere near where you expected?
No. I never dreamed that people would live in little shacks, no water, no clothes, no nothing, It was, I feel like giving everything I have, but...
How successful do you think you've been in showing them that love?
Well, they like their pills. I think so. It seems like the same ones come and they bring more and more people. And they're really happy to see us when we come.
Tell me about the man with the leg problem yesterday.
Well, the first time I took care of him, he had those little maggots in his leg, and so we cleaned it, and all we're doing is just, cleaning it. It's not really going to get any better, and so to him, we're just showing him that we care. He just has really bad circulation in his legs. You can tell they're just completely black, and so even like a mosquito bite, just scratching, just gets bigger and bigger, and so it's probably never going to get better.
What will you take away from here with you that will last?
I realize now that material things aren't anything, that these people can be happy with nothing, and just what we have inside is the most important thing. I think that's the main thing that I benefited from.
If you could do it, could some other young nurse in the United States come here or any place else in the world and help?
If I can do it, anybody can do it.
Overall, the project proved to be a two-way street. Haitians did not feel as if they were recipients of a handout, but rather partners with these Christian Americans who were helping them to help themselves. Anna, the young mother who had written the original letter asking for help, said she felt the future in the village would be brighter because the Mansfield students had come to Caballona.
There's merit in both ends because what the project is actually going to directly benefit this community here. And just by them coming here, you don't know what's going to happen to them, but I know that they're all changed for it.
So the relationship between a small town in the United States and an even smaller village in the Dominican Republic was established. Yet the importance of what has been done is reflected in more than the buildings that were completed and the medicine...
Is there some significance to what the kids from Mansfield are doing and will hopefully have been able to accomplish by the time they leave?
Well, I think so. I know, first of all, that it's going to be an experience that they'll never forget, and only time will tell if the project will actually develop into something that will be useful and a real blessing to the people of Caballona. One thing for sure, we will be able to take pictures back showing the buildings that have been built and the land that is going to be cultivated. And here again, only time will tell if it will actually materialize into something for the people.
However, the story does not end with the return of the students to Mansfield, Ohio. It continues to live in the lives of those touched over the few months that the project took place. 2 Mansfield Christian School teachers committed their lives to full-time mission service. Several Dominican students decided they wanted to commit their lives to helping their own people in full-time ministry. A visiting businessman, touched by what he saw, decided to sponsor a mobile medical van for needy villages like Caballona. Another young Dominican volunteer gave 1 year of his life to serve the people of Caballona for room and board, but no salary. A set of parents decided that when their last child finished school, they would consider giving their full time to this type of ministry. Since August of 1980, the relationship between the school and the village has lasted, and the school has sent other teams to both Caballona and a second needy village. Perhaps only eternity will tell the far-reaching effects of this village adoption program. It was everyday people with ordinary talents reaching out a hand to become a partner with a third world nation.